Should you pay off debt or should you invest going into retirement? What makes most sense for your situation? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Once again, I'm a financial planner and I'm also the vice president of Root Financial Partners, and I help people understand when they're in a position to retire early. Debt is personal, and the reason I'm going to say that, which I know sounds odd, because yes, there are interest rate factors to it. Yes, debt can certainly become extremely negative if you hold it for too long, and yes, you want to make sure you're in control of your money. But here's the example I share. I have a client, so it's really their example that I'm sharing, and that client shared with me, Ari, when my portfolio value went up by $100,000, I didn't have a party. In fact, I didn't really feel it. I just knew I wanted my money to grow, and it did that. However, when I paid off my mortgage, oh my gosh, the tremendous relief. I slept better. They didn't even know it had an impact on them. So that is a very real effect. That personal finance is personal. Let's not forget that. But here's what you need to think through on top of that example. Understand what debt you're considering to pay off. What is the interest rate? What is the term? What type of debt is it? Credit card debt differs from mortgage, different from car loans. Understand what are the different debts you have and how can you simplify them by either getting rid of them or working with them by paying the minimum and investing the rest. Getting rid of debt can be wonderful because now there's less pressure on your portfolio or other income needs to come so that you can go ahead and pay off those debts. How can we make sure your retirement portfolio can continue to compound and grow on itself, which is most likely your most valuable asset? Look at your cash flow. Do you have any extra today, whether it be in an emergency fund or another asset that you say, hey, what if I could use that to pay off this debt? Now, the reason I say that is not just do I have extra cash flow, but how long until it would be paid off? Because what you want to understand is if you have a high interest rate debt, well, it very well may make most sense to pay that off. But look at this example. What if you have a mortgage interest rate of 5%? Well, historically, the stock market's done 10%. So you could certainly pay off that mortgage. If it provides tremendous peace of mind, I will be the first to say it plays a role in terms of a conversation to determine if it makes sense. But too many people don't think about the alternative, which is you could be getting a whole lot more interest, a whole lot more value, a whole lot more return by investing the rest. However, what comes with that is no guarantee. No guarantee that in a year like this or in any year that you could get that 10%. But historically, that's what it's shown. So would you rather guarantee a 5% by paying that down, or would you rather invest the rest? Number 3 is where can you put your money and get free money? If you have a 401k match at work, you certainly want to get that free money. So if you get a 3% match or a 5% match, I would rather see you take advantage of that free money than going ahead and paying down extra debt. I invite you to understand the behavioral aspect that comes along with paying off debt. There's a behavioral finance to it. Once again, personal finance is personal, and that's why you might have heard of the snowball method. What I like about that is if you have various pieces of debt, focus on paying off the smallest one first, getting it out of your headspace. The last thing you want is to not have momentum, because if you don't, it becomes very difficult to pay off that debt and it's not motivating. But if you have various pieces of debt and you pay off one and you go, okay, now I've got that one done. Great, now I have one more to go. Oh my gosh, I'm on my last one and then I'm debt free. And then all of a sudden you understand, wow, that's the power of momentum. It keeps you more motivated and it makes it when you go to work a little bit easier because you're going towards this goal. If you're saying, hey, I'm trying to pay all of these off at one time, well, all of a sudden you just don't feel like you're making progress, and that motivation can oftentimes kill, in the sense of kill your motivation and really make it not successful. Understand your risk tolerance. If you have debt and that debt is 2%, well, the reality is if that is the debt, if it's got a 2% interest rate, it's very low. So I would rather see you pay down the minimum, have a conversation about what that debt looks like, and invest the rest. But if that was 20%, I'd be the first person to say, hey, can we pay off that debt? Because that's debt that's holding over our heads. That's debt that we cannot beat in the stock market. Other considerations, what's going to bring you the most peace of mind? Is it not having any debt going into retirement? Is it paying off that mortgage? Is it paying off any credit cards? Is it paying off any auto loans? Or is it saying, no, I'm financially on paper doing what's historically been the best? Because those are two different conversations and there's no right or wrong. It's really about having a conversation of what resonates most with you. If this video has been helpful, please do like this video. And once again, this is what I do. I love helping people create a custom strategy to retire early, enhancing their investments, their tax strategy, everything they're doing so that they go, hey, when I'm going into retirement, I'm not just saying, being stingy, you're doing everything you want to do, you're confident and you're happy. Happy, I know, is an odd word to throw around with retirement, but it should be thrown around more often in my opinion. Regardless, there I go again, talking about my opinions with that stuff. I just believe retirement planning is too important to not do as good as you possibly can. You've saved, you've invested well. It's now time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's not retirement I'm in love with. It's great investments and tax strategy that allow you to live your best life. Once again, this is what I love to do. Please reach out to myself or a member of our team, and we'd be happy to have that first conversation. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you don't know, I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and this is what I love doing. I help people create a custom strategy to retire early. You can always reach out to me or a member of our team here at Root, and we would be happy to walk you through our planning process to show you how we can help you get more life out of your money.